Hello, welcome to the 13th house. Come on in, take your shoes off, make yourselves at home, and let's get weird for a little bit, shall we? If you're new, welcome in, welcome back. If you're returning, thank you so much for finding something here worth returning to. I really hope that you keep coming back. As always, please use your discernment. Only take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Your perception is your responsibility, okay? With that out of the way, let's just dive on into it. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today, so I apologize if my voice is like kind of nasally and whatnot. It's like some kind of head cold or something. And I wasn't going to do a reading, but there's a, you know, when Spirit has other plans, it's, you just, what can you do, right? So what mainly got me up in front of the camera and doing this is picking up on this. It's a weird masculine energy, okay? And we're going to figure out what that masculine energy is about, because for some reason it's cloaking parts of itself, and then I'm picking up on a very strong feminine energy, but it's like feminine rage. It's like primordial, primal, pent up rage. And so we're going to see if that happens to come up and see what that's about. I'm pretty sure that's what this is going to be about. So yeah, let's buckle up for that. Okay. All right, Spirit, what did you want me to get out? Okay, there's one. Watch and wait. We have the seahorse spirit, okay? So you may have recently done something, you're waiting for results, okay? Or this is just saying, like, you're not going to get much information, but just kind of be vigilant, observant, and patient, alright? In the meantime, be loyal to what you love. The dog spirit, dogs could be pertinent, okay? That reminds me of Mr. Pickles, if anybody watches, like, Adult Swim or what have you. Mr. Pickles. Anyway. And then we have the dove spirit. Be peace. Okay, so something's about to be coming in, something's popping off, in which I kind of figured it would be with the energy that was tapping at me before I got on here. We have the cow spirit. Miracles are endless. Okay, so you might be a Taurus, okay, or in Taurian energy. Miracles soon to come in for you. Alright. Oh, I hate that sound. What else? We have watch and wait. What are we watching and waiting for, Spirit? Tell us a little more. I'd get something about my little seahorse. Okay. I saw Barbie girl in the video to that, the music video. The girl's reading some type of comic or something, and the cover says My Little Seahorse. Alright. With seahorses, the males carry the babies. They give, like, live birth with that. Anyways. We have religious and general conflicts and deception. Interesting. With the dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. What is that about, please? Get some more context with this. What could be something about the way, because, like, that's interesting. The males carry the young, and I was getting, like, something about masculine energy, and then religious and general conflicts came out, and then deception. So it's like people arguing over, like, maybe the way that some type of masculine operates, and it could be in regard to religion, like people arguing over, like, the Immaculate Conception and whether or not Jesus is, like, because there's been this whole thing where people talk about parthenogenesis, and it's where a woman can get pregnant and have a baby without a male fertilizing the egg or whatever, but it's usually female, and if it doesn't, and if it comes out a male, it's a chimera. It's this whole thing, but some people are saying that, like, Jesus would be transgender because if the Immaculate Conception was a result of parthenogenesis, then that's okay. I don't know. that was just something that came to mind when that came out. All right. Be loyal to what you love. We have protection of criminals. Okay. So, you could, kind of be more aligned with the shadow side. Okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's usually the darkness is criminalized by a lot of mainstream religions across the board. All right, and so it's like be loyal to what you love, even if everyone's criminalizing it. Like, that's just what I'm getting off the top of it. And then for be peace, we have success and divine grace. That's interesting. So what I'm getting, it's gonna sound a bit strange. This is not what I was expecting, but like you could be getting like this could be hinting at like spiritual warfare, okay? And that's what this deception is about. And so it's like that's why nothing specific is coming out with the seahorse spirit. Like watch and wait. Like just stay grounded in your truth and see what comes about of this. And that could be what the feminine rage is about. And maybe that's why the masculine energy that I was picking up on is like cloaking itself. Maybe there's something deceptive in that. Okay, maybe there was deception regarding the feminine energy, and like this whole time there's been this anger, this rage that has been pent up and building up or something. And then, interesting, we have voyages and travel by sea. And then that's funny, is like the seahorse, like it's usually something underwater. So there might be something that might come up that's pertinent to water. Like I'm getting like something about a tsunami or an earthquake, and something's going to come up out of the water. And in that, it's like something's going to be revealed with that. Okay. Alright, that's sufficiently weird. Let's go a little further. Guys, if it comes up, it comes out. I mean, sometimes it doesn't make sense until I get closer to the end of my readings, but we'll see. And I like to be very thorough, so, and that's just with respect to who's receiving the message. Like, anything that comes up, I'm going to tell you, and that might take a little longer, but it's worth it. Right, we have guide, navigator, progress, direction, and that's coming out with religious and general conflicts. What is the deception, though, with watch and wait? So maybe it was like this guide, this spiritual guide, the direction that they were leading others in or something, or the progress that was made deceptively. Okay. We're going to find out. We're going to fuck around. We're going to find out. Bathbo together with friends. My kids are going haywire. Holy shit. Anyway. So with deception, we have aesthetic, seeker of self-restraint, abstinence, purification, and discipline. Okay, so what I'm getting right off the rip, like I said, it's going to come out. I let it speak through me. You have been deceived. Many have been deceived. Maybe not you personally, but maybe you already know this. Maybe you're already aware of this. Many have been deceived in assuming that they need to be purified of something, or that they need to abstain of something. You think about like the flesh not being as bad as it is, okay, as bad as it's made out to be. And this is interesting here too, because I'm getting what dwells within you is bonded very well to your flesh, to your body, okay. And with this protection of criminals, right, like be loyal to what you love. We have this dog, like usually if you break down the relation between spirit and the body, it's like the spirit treats the body like a pet, okay, like it's something to take care of, it's something to maintain. It's useful as a service animal, but like it serves you by allowing you a vehicle through which you can explore existence. All right, and it could be that this body might have been protecting this criminal type energy entity, something that was perceived to be a criminal, but it's a lie. If that makes sense, that's for somebody. Like, it's pertinent in some way, I promise. We're gonna figure it out. Yeah, it's like you've been made to believe that like whatever you hold within you is like criminal or something. And like through your body it's punished. It's like all this stuff has been like said about the flesh and everything, and all of that as a way to like punish your soul, your spirit for, and it's like for what? For what? And that's what this religious and general conflict is about, maybe? Anyway, we go and see some more. Went on a little tangent there. Not too far out of the norm, but that's a lot at once. I think it's interesting because, like, farmer here, like, the way that the flesh is often extorted, okay? It's, like, treated like a crop, like, something to be consumed by spirits that dwell within it. Like, it's not meant to be a lasting thing. Oh, you come into a body, you use it until it's dead, then it dies, and you bury it, you let it go, and you just on to the next one kind of thing. But there's this diviner energy, alright, like somebody you have inherent ancient wisdom regarding something about this deception, and it's relevant to the whole thing between flesh and spirit. Alright, it's talking about like ignorance, like acting impulsively, leaning on ignorance because like just going with what everyone else says instead of kind of coming into not your own understanding but your inherent knowing. There's a big difference. And then influencer, like the influence that this notion has made in like the sheer span and distance that this influence has covered, okay? And then we have young, like vitality, innovation, potential, and growth. It's like stifling the growth of both spirit and the flesh, because the flesh was also promised a in order for hosting the divinity that dwells within it, okay, it too would gain its divinity in return. All right, it was like a co-creative endeavor. It says that this was written about, but the writings were hidden, okay, in exchange for this story, right? This narrative that was being sold to everybody. And what that means by sold is like you have an energetic exchange between yourself and this notion, this narrative, all right? And that's athlete. That came out here. Okay, seeker of vitality, exercise, life, and strength and speed. All right, so be loyal to what you love. If you love your life, you love your flesh, you love your body, you love yourself. Okay, you're stepping into sovereign territory. Sovereign territory is what religion does not want you to step into. They want you to be solely dependent on them to seek purification, to be told what to do. All right, and they're very disciplinarian type. Like they're gonna either guilt your flesh, guilt your spirit, something, whatever. Anyways, with protection of criminals, seeker of vitality, exercise, life, strength, and speed. What gives you your life force? Okay, the source of life within you. Okay, this notion of life being criminalized, like that the human body is just some 3D thing that's toxic, and that you should be just solely focused on the spiritual path. Well, you know, the spiritual path and the path of the flesh are intertwined for a reason. Okay, and then we have the dove spirit, be peace, with success and divine grace. Why is success here with be peace? We have security guard, okay? Like you're protected, you're covered. It's interesting, watchmen, like the watchers. Okay. Service provider. Alright, this has to do with like the power, the combined power of flesh and soul, spirit, okay, when they come together, alright, the amalgamated whole, that comes and rises out of that. Alright, why is divine grace here with this? Okay. Yep, we have, there's two. Volunteer, selfless devotion, willingness, spirit of service, duty, dedication, right? So you're being given divine grace for your willingness to continue to stay devoted to this path, okay, regardless of what anyone else is saying about it. Very dedicated to this knowing that you have deep inside of you that there's more to having a body and being something that dwells within it. Like it's in order, hold on, slow down, to have the notion that something would be divine and exploit a living thing, a living being, like the flesh, to adhere to that notion would thereby make the divinity that we say is the source of all of us is inherently cruel, and that is not true. Okay, there's a reason there's a devotion to flesh, and I think it's interesting with divine grace here. This little angel has 2 rings on this pillow, right? So it's given like this union, and 10 is the number of completion. So it's like unifying the flesh and the spirit is doing something that wasn't written about, something that we're going to have to watch and wait to see. And we have player, socialite of charm, elegance, expert of romance, and leisurely life. What I'm getting from this, and I'm being told to put it back, but it came out to be mentioned. What I am getting is that source, okay, is not this player type energy. It doesn't see the flesh as something to just continuously be harvested and tossed away, tossed aside like it's nothing, just to go and jump into another one. Like, I'm getting that there's so much more to it, that, the writings about it, the knowledge of it, or whatever was destroyed, but that there's many who hold this inherent knowing, like it's carried within the body, the DNA, the genetic memory, okay? And there's some who are coded with this blueprint, alright? Well, no, hold on. I misspoke. Okay, so every body, like every physical vessel, is encoded with the potential for this blueprint to be activated and begin to manifest, okay, where the body will, merge with the spirit, and it will, I don't know how else to explain that, but it's like, that's what this union thing is, okay, and it's like, if you leave your body, okay, if the body passes, and you get out of the body and you come back into another one, it's supposed to be to find the vessel that fits right. Like, say, like, there's a special drink, okay, and let's say you have it and you want to present it to everybody, and so, like, the design of the cup matters. Like, you want the cup to say something, reflect something about the liquid that's inside, right? Like, if it were to be just, like, a dirty, a dirty, funky drink, then you would have it in, a cup that has rust on it or something, and kind of sloppy lettering. But then if you have this, like, maybe elixir of life or something, you want to make sure that the cup that it's in is, like, gilded with gold or precious metals and jewels and what have you. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have painter, depict, sublimate, abstraction, form, and sensation. Yes, form. To sublimate, to put something into form, like from essence into form, like we're talking about with the vessel reflecting something about what it holds, okay? Where do you want me to go? Here. Okay, the double-sided deck. Alright, so I think I'm following here, Spirit. Tell us some more. This is really interesting, the way that this is coming out. And it's like, there's just like a certain collective, I'm getting like a very niche collective that is being activated before, like, the rest. Like, it's going to be like a lead by example kind of thing, instead of this whole thing with, like, the religion stuff where, like, one organization is just pimping out this narrative to everybody. Like, I don't know, it's like it'll be a living example, a living embodiment. We have light waiting in darkness. Okay, so yeah, like the truth that we're supposed to be watching and waiting for. And maybe that's why watch is here too, because it's like, usually when it comes to stuff about faith, like, they tell you to, like, not look outside of yourself, right? And that spirit and everything isn't going to be this something that you can see, which I guess, like, that is true, but maybe it wasn't supposed to always be that way. Like it was waiting for something so it could find its expression, the right expression. Anyway, we're going to get some more. Light waiting in darkness. Light waiting to be transformed. Sublimation. So you might be a part of this collective that is rising first. All right, that's going to bring this blueprint onto the grid, okay, the 3D grid, to like reveal the truth. And it's a truth that won't be denied because it's going to be like, it's going to cover both the physical and the spiritual. And like, anyway, we have ego and self respecting the show, right? Like your representation of yourself as well as yourself that dwells within that reflection, okay? Respecting the show, the performance of life, okay? And we have humility, faith, and trust, unity with ego. Ego works with and aligns with you. And then we have like the circus lion tamer. Okay, so this has a lot to do with, like I said, like unifying with the flesh. It's not just this beastly thing that is destructive and too wild to, and I'm not even going to use the word tame because that's not the correct word. It's like just a connection, because you're not taming it as in expecting it to repress its wild primal nature, but it's like this balance that over time had been cultivated, and it requires like this willingness and sense of devotion and dedication both within the body and the soul. And so it's like your soul can choose your body all day. That's fine, that's great, but if your body's not choosing you back, then like you're not going to be able to keep that vessel. Okay, we have ringleader. Outer rings, inner rings. Oh, yeah. See, it's talking a lot about circus. Yes. And I have these little things on my altar here where it's like the circus tiger, the horses, okay. And we have the lion here. And then, like, the strong man is here. And then here's the ringleader. All right. So it's like you're a ringleader. Like, you, it's like this ring of influence, this realm of influence, right? And you may have always had an inherent knowing of this. And it's like you hold all this inherent wisdom and understanding, but it's like you don't know how to present it to people because there's no like writings or whatever. It's just something that comes straight from your soul, and it's really difficult to express it and like have people pay attention, right? But when you have that unification between the body and the inner self, it's like finally that when you say like something just is, and it's truth and everything is just plainly there. Like there's no need to try to figure it out, like the way it looks, the way it acts, the way it sounds, everything is just totally in alignment with what it is. And that's what this is hinting at, is like it's going to be undeniable because of like the appearance being such a clear reflection of what it embodies. Like, anyway, I hope I'm making sense with that. All right, what do we have with BPs to go with the rest of this here? What is BPs about? Oh goodness, that was a lot that just kind of plopped. Alright, so I'm going to mention them and then I'm going to put them back. That's what I'm being told to do. So, deep diver, adept diver. Prepared to navigate deep matters. Alright, so like, the pressure of like the depth of this truth is not going to crush you. Like if you notice, like submarines and shit, when they go deeper, deeper, deeper into the ocean, they run the risk of like the vessel that they're in like imploding, right? So that's just saying like the body you hold is not going to collapse under the pressure of the truth that is embodied in it. It has the proper capacity, okay? So we have purity, precious, undefiled, sacredness, light, virginity, okay? So this is like the first time this is happening. Like, the flesh hasn't yet, and it could be like a polarity thing, because I was picking up on very specific masculine energy, and then I was picking up on very specific feminine energy. So this might be the first kind of unification that like one or the other polarity has experienced. Something like this kind of union. Okay, the heart of the matter, what the heart holds, ancient and esoteric wisdom about the heart of truth. Secrets of the heart, nature of the heart, okay? And so, it's like you can see this heart here, holds within it all these things, and it could be like this body of yours holds within it, like the totality, the amalgamation of like all these parts through time that needed like fine-tuning, harmonizing, and what have you, and it's like reach this sweet spot to where this unification can actually happen. We have ticket, travel, progress, forward movement. One-way train of thought, focused on self and moving forward. Okay, the ticket has, it's $10. Ooh, and then the number up here is like 1, 2, 3. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. 1, 2, 3. And then there's, admit 1. And then, it has like all the way from 1 to 9. Okay, so that's like covering the entire like numerical thing. Okay, I hope I'm making sense with that. If you study numerology, then that might make sense to you, but it's like this progression, like all this stuff has been progressing leading to this. Okay, and then we have time to consider what's behind the curtain, peeking behind the veil, planetary influence, look beyond the stage. Interesting, because of all the stuff with like the planetary alignments and stuff, and the way the celestial bodies have been moving lately. It's like it's like telling us that these celestial bodies hold an influence. It's like what I'm getting is each planet has their own like collective here, okay, and they all belong to these houses, right? Like the house of Saturn, the house of Earth, the house of Mars, whatever, okay, and that influence is like a reflection of that celestial body. So you can think of the celestial body being like the head of something, and so all of its thoughts and everything are expressed through the bodies that, you know, walk this earth. And it's been like this whole, anyways. We have false facade, fake, catfish. Okay, so something had been parading around as something it's not. Okay, and by reaching this, you are successfully not only like you're revealing the fact that something else was parading to be something it's not, but in doing that, it reveals like the true nature of divinity and flesh, and it happens like really, I'm getting like it happens really fast. Like it sets off this like sudden aha kind of moment for everything. It sends out this huge like ripple, this frequency, this shockwave, right? Huh. It was interesting, like the deep diver that had come out, right? We had like the seahorse. Okay, so it was like something had been dwelling deep, deep, deep down within us. Okay, like within your body, within your soul, your spirit, and through all of this, it didn't crush, it didn't cave, it, you know, continued to progress. All right, even through the deception, okay, and everything, like it prevailed. Okay, It's been this light waiting in this deep darkness, all right? And if you study like occult wisdom, esoteric wisdom, all right, like the dark is where potential is held, and that's why I love like the number 0, because it's that holding place, the womb, and it is dark. It's darkness. It holds what's waiting to come into form. Okay, and that deep diver thing. It's like watch and wait. See how what's been dwelling deep down within you rises up. Okay. Let's get for divine grace, volunteer, selfless devotion. Or maybe it's this this something that had been waiting in the darkness, like deep down, because we have like watchmen here with the seahorse watch away, like what has been there has been watching this whole time and has been watching for something, okay? And it's like successfully witnessed like what was false, okay? Ooh. Wealthy female, balanced female, healthy sense of self. So it might be like through all of this, you found that true self that's within you that had been buried beneath all this religious doctrine, okay, through the deception and everything. Like you stayed loyal to finding this thing. It's like a lost treasure, right? Like something that is rare for people to even want to bother with finding, okay? So it's like something that was hidden, tossed away, but others didn't see the value in it. But you, it just inherently knew something about it. And, like, you have been, like, selflessly devoted to this. And you just have this sense of duty, of dedication to finding this. And you did. And it's, like, a lot can't be said of what's going to come of that because it's, like, watch and wait. Like, you'll see. Like, it's something that is profound and new and different. Okay, so there's not much to be able to compare it to, I'm getting. We have alchemy, the alchemical process. Alchemist, not a witch or a practitioner. Transmutation of energies and situations. Works with dark and light. And then we have this tree. Alright, so it's almost like the roots reaching down into the depths and like pulling up something into the branches and through to be sprouted out like on a leaf or something. Alright, and then we have wonder, whimsy, magical, fantastical, one of a kind. Imagination to manifest. Focus, third eye. Manifestation of dreams. Lucifer. And then we have to thine own self be true. Know thyself and keep your promises. Okay, and then we have this ring. Let love increase. But it's spelled like E-N-C-R-E-A-S-E. Increase. So it's like, instead of like increase as in adding to volume, when it's spelled like this, like, it's like rising. Like it's I don't know how else to say it. It's like nothing coming from the outside to make it more than. It's what's already held, like building up and coming out. Pulling the strings, handler. The crucible, spell work. Transforming one thing into a different state. Wood to ash, water to steam. Combining ingredients, information, or elements to make a familiar thing. A holding place for transformation. Exactly, the womb space. The crucible. The womb. Right, so like what's been held there? Like what is this? Like what? Tell us a little more about this is coming through, or some kind of possibility of what it's going to look like, or as we're watching and waiting, what we might see to be able to validate, like, what is being shared here. Okay, that was a lot. I'm not going to take all of that, no. Pineal open, welcoming the unfamiliar, being receptive to the universe, navigating beyond the veil, and we saw one of those that came out like that earlier. And then discernment and getting the facts, investigating requires investigation, something hidden to be discovered. Okay. And this is funny because on this card it's magical detectives, got cursed or bewitched, lost one of your socks or a friend, Falconetti and Sons, private investigations, we'll find you instead. Interesting. So it's all like this whole time it's been like you think you've been searching for the truth, but you've already known the truth. The truth has been finding you. Like, this is crazy. Puppet doll plaything being used, right? So for a long time, you know, the body was being used as some type of plaything or whatever, and whoever you are, you don't see it like that. You see it as a sacred vessel. You don't adhere to the narrative of, like, bastardizing the flesh, or, like, saying that it's something filthy or inherently vile or something like that. Like, a lot of religion does that, you know? They only want to focus on the spirit within, and then it's like the body is just this disposable thing. But when you think about how miraculous, like, our bodies are, it's like, it's kind of easy to tell that this was not something that was meant to be, like, so disposable. And we have justice. Wow. Justice, honor, righteous victory. Okay, so this is a victory. A long-awaited something that's finally coming to be. Okay. It's like all this stuff, we have the letter M. All these things that we wish that we could see, all these fantastical things. Those of you who identify as starseeds, this and that, and, like, getting the, like, you've pondered a lot on, like, why you don't see certain things, and, like, why it's, how you can see something in your mind's eye and have never been familiar with it. Like, how can you see it so clearly in your mind's eye and it not even exist outside of you? And it's like, because it does exist, and it's a matter of, like, it had been flooded out, like, all this, it's like all this water is on top of it, and it's like someone being able to reach those depths and pull it out to surface again. Like, it's, we have signature, our story, hint, signing something, putting it in writing. Okay, so this may have been something that you know, it was written about and the texts were gone, or, like, you will be writing about it. Might be finding something written. Okay, it could be coming out about a royal family, an ancient bloodline, Egypt, Atlantis, starseed, ether, ET. I was just talking about that. It explains, like, something's going to surface. It's like this inherent story. I'm getting, like, it's an inherent story written on every soul, okay? And it's written in the blueprint of every body. And this whatever it is surfacing, either by seeing it, hearing about it, whatever, is going to activate that truth like that. Okay? And then we have creatrix. I am watching, spy, video surveillance. So it's like this thing you've been watching this whole time, and, like, maybe all this stuff that, maybe you have a very vivid imagination, you have a lot of ideas, okay, and you've been holding all of this for a reason. And this eye that's finally going to land on, like, turning its eye to you, to all of this that you hold. It's like providing the right spectrum to be able to be witnessed onto the physical plane. If that makes sense. I've been getting so much about this. Aquarius, being authentic, being collaborative, innovating and creating, right? This co-creative endeavor. All right, manipulation, control, puppet, possession. What I'm getting is like, it's no longer like this whole thing of exerting one's will onto the flesh and having it just do as you will it to do. It's like this cooperative thing. This is weird because I'm also getting something about like you might be finding out that something else had been dwelling in you, because when this happens, it's going to come out and it's going to have a body. It's just what I'm getting here. Maybe you've known this. Maybe you've tried talking to people about it, but nobody would listen to you. You just thought like you were insane. Something's been watching this whole damn time. None of it was wasted. Like, you might feel like, you know, nobody would listen to you, like it was just a waste of time, and it's like, no, honey. No, honey. Right, and it's like the whole thing about the water, like something's been watching. Observe the storm. 1 second. But, like, a lot of times we're taught, like, something's watching from high above, but it was, like, inverted. Right, Cancer, expressing emotions, cherishing peace and harmony, being true. Right, and truth only dwells deep, like, in the depths of us, right? So it's like, this didn't come from some place, like, high up that was observing the whole totality of it, because if that were to be the case, then why didn't it intervene before? But now, it's like this revelation that it's been something watching from, like, the deep inner depths. Ugh, it's been observing it, and it's so strange the way that it's put. Like, it's this paradox, but it makes sense. Healer, heal hearts, strength of heart. Right? Maybe it's not easy for many to understand. Maybe you have to have like a certain type of heart, because like it said, that vessel, most vessels when they go down real deep, they'll collapse under the pressure of those depths. All right, but your heart doesn't. It has the capacity to hold it. Playful child wanting to spend time with you, child needing to speak with you, wanting to tell you something. Healing child, a good omen. Alright, so it's like raising up that inner child, that inner light, that inner truth, okay, finally rising up, maturing, coming into being. Okay, oh, maybe that's what the virgin thing was about. It's like a coming of age. Oh, that's kind of beautiful. Anyways, we have a manipura, third chakra, navel chakra, located just behind the navel. Okay, so that's like here, with this creatrix, like, and you notice in that holding space, that's where that is that navel chakra. Okay, wow. Yellow, the color yellow. And it is the place of gems. Right, and I was talking about diving deep for gems, like a buried treasure, okay? Holy shit. Helps transform desires into rewards and riches through action. Dynamism, energy, willpower, ego, identity allows one to say, I am. The I am. Holy shit. Desires and goals that come from sense of identity and not just primal nature. And this covers your right to act. Deprivation of this happens when we allow society to stop us from acting. Acting and doing things, allowing us to leave our mark on this world, are necessary parts of life. Bingo. right? And whatever this false thing was is like envious, trying to hurt that something's reputation or image. Holy shit. That's crazy. Yeah. So this has been done through like a lot of hard work, okay? Cleaning energy, situation, or home, repairing, working on it. Hesitation, acting flighty, attention is elsewhere, but the manifestations are up. And so it was like while something was looking the other way, while this, whatever was looking the other way, this imposter, this false, what have you, was distracted, it's like this has been rising up, okay? And maybe that's why it had to go into the depths and stay in the depths, because that's where a certain something could not see, it could not navigate, right? Because it doesn't know those depths. And we have another thing with the train, the love train, moving away from pain, mindset focused on love, secret society, okay, observation to get the true story or facts about like some type of dark magic, spell work, toxic community, occult. Wow. Let me get one more. I'm going to call it. I've been yakking for about 45 minutes. All right, so we have Aries. Showing initiative, rushing forward, being bold and courageous. Stopping, coming to an end. Okay, so yeah, something that continues to like rush into shit. It's like something's telling me like replace bold with like the audacity. Yeah. Okay. Oh shit, on the bottom of the deck we have your imagination is your superpower. Combine it with your focused intent and let your heart lead whenever you crave a deeper connection with me. Along with meditation, try utilizing technology more to connect with me. You still have no idea just how powerful you are. Trust in your inner power without the need to analyze it, label it, or understand it. Right now, trust that as our bond strengthens, it will become more and more clear to you. So this could be talking about like as far as technology, like studying deep into like words, the meaning of words is what I'm getting. And like I was talking about like, with the esoteric wisdom and stuff like that, more Gnostic teachings, and like not adhering to one teaching or another, but just rather seeing what information is out there and what resonates as truth within you. Okay, like don't attach an outside notion to anything, forcing it into your system. But whatever tingles that little spot deep inside of you that says, ah, yes, I recognize this is truth. And let that, kind of, anyways, that's what I'm getting on that. And then we have Moon, female energy, the unconscious mind, sensitivity, dreams, and emotions. And it's like the unconscious mind becoming conscious, the subconscious no longer being beneath consciousness to be a sub anything. Like it is a co. It is this union, this pair. All right. If it makes sense to you, then this is for you. Okay. If not, I guess like the truth will be coming out soon anyway. So just watch and wait and see how it goes. All right. That's what I have. I hope it helps. Bye.